Xavier was walking up the stairs. He was huffing and puffing because he's kind of overweight. Gets up the stairs. He bumps into his longtime crush, Sierra. Sierra says sorry, and he just kind of says, oh, it's okay, and walks away really awkwardly. Xavier starts going to his class. He's in there. He's exhausted. He ends up falling asleep in the middle of a presentation. When the teacher saw this, he just screams, Xavier. He wakes up in a frantic. Everybody's laughing. You know who else is laughing? His longtime crush. Harold saw the entire thing, everything from the stairs to the classroom. But Harold was different. When Harold was going up the stairs, he was showing the new girl that just transferred her class. When Harold was in class, he was actually the one presenting because he finished the presentation a whole week beforehand. So he was the first one to go. Later on in the day, Harold's at the gym and he sees Xavier walk into the gym. And he knew exactly what that meant. Harold went over to him and he says, I want to help you out. Having confidence is something that is very hard to teach, and I am in no means a teacher of this, but I can kind of guide you in the way that I felt secure with my confidence and for everything that I did with it. I think the first step of having confidence is you need to look at yourself in the mirror and you need to ask yourself, does this person have potential? Actually, I'm sorry. You need to tell yourself, this person in the mirror right now has potential. Think about what you want to be. How do you want to talk? How do you want to look? How do you want to dress? How do you want to talk to other people? And it's basically character building, right? You guys know what character building is. You know when you play a game and you get to build your character and you can tell him, if it's a girl or a guy, or if it, he's got brown hair or black hair, or if he's black or white, you get the gist of it. You can implement this in your day-to-day life. I knew exactly what I wanted to look like. I knew exactly what I wanted to be. The thing is now I need to put in the work to do it. So then the next step of this confidence building thing is you need to be proud of yourself. And the only way you can be proud of yourself is seeing the progression of you mastering these goals, losing the weight, looking better, taking care of your acne, taking care of the way you talk. That's when you start becoming proud of yourself. When I finish a great workout, I'm proud of myself. When I finish a gigantic project, I'm proud of myself. When I buy something that I've been saving up for a long time that's going to help me be productive, I'm proud of myself. I did something for me. The last step, you need to respect the person that you are in the mirror. You came a long way. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and how I overcame this, but what I can say is I respect the person that I see in the mirror. I am proud of the person I am in the mirror, and I love the person that I see in the mirror. I think once you have that core, being confident is just being reassured of what you say, what you do, your actions. How do you talk to people? How do you interact with people? How do you present your ideas? How do you confront problems? It's just a way of life. You want to figure out your look, how you present to other people, because that's the first step. It's basically building a model of yourself. So for example, when I was in high school, I was rocking a man bun a lot because that's what was popular. Before, I was rocking kind of this type of haircut, but because I wasn't really confident in it, I kept changing it up. And what I can tell you is that it was always because this is kind of me. This is kind of what I wanted to look like. I feel like for my face shape, it felt like me, and I was confident with that. So if you want to experiment on this, you can do some 3D renders or whatever. You can go on these applications on your computer and you can figure out what hairstyle you want or whatever. If you want to go bald or whatever, go crazy, right? It's a lot cheaper than you trying to regrow your hair, cut your hair, regrow your hair, cut your hair. I've tried braids, I've tried cornrows, I've tried long hair, I've tried short hair, I've tried waves, I've tried a whole bunch of stuff. And I always come back to this. When you have a fresh haircut, it's almost like a superpower. It's like, that you have a fresh haircut. It feels good, you can run your hand through your hair, and you just have a confidence in you that's kind of the first step. It's you get that confidence in your step. At least if everything goes wrong, at least you got a haircut, and then start working on your physical attraction. Embrace the fact that we are getting fatter as a society. There's no secret that, though male to women attraction, women prefer, muscular guys, prefer a guy that's in shape, that looks like he can protect her, that looks like, he's a snack under his shirt, you know what I'm saying? That's what you want. And it's not that hard to get there. It just takes time. It takes patience. With your clothes thing, I really see this a lot with people that don't have a lot of guidance. And luckily for you, there is so much information, so much knowledge out there on YouTube, on Instagram, on Pinterest, that wear amazing clothes, amazing outfits, and you can literally just replicate that. Now, if it's a money thing, then you know what the next step is you got to get your money up. But let's go back to the clothes thing. Honestly, like, not for nothing, I kind of have like this Latino gangster type look, whatever. I've always kind of pulled it off, and I think that's why I look like kind of like a Tony Montana a little bit. You know, a lot of my outfits that I wear, like my streetwear outfits, a lot of my just gym wear outfits, I got that from inspiration that I got on like Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube especially. Like, there's just so much information out there that you can just educate yourself on, like, all right, you know, maybe like I shouldn't wear these pants with these pants. Like, I know that, like, you know, this shirt looks good with me, with these pants and with these shoes, you know? Once you get into that habit of, not habit, but once you start getting interested into that type of stuff, it starts becoming really, really easy. Look how many shirts that I have just for, you know, dressing up, and I didn't spend a lot of money on that stuff, but it's getting the right stuff that fits very well. You can learn how to get stuff hemmed, start putting on your stuff before you leave the store, and try to do like some like movements and stuff like that, so like you're not always showing your butt crack. And I'm talking to the crowd that's a little bit more overweight. If you're kind of skinny, it can go the same way. Like, I know baggy look is like something cool right now, but not when you're trying to dress up. Who do you think looks better in a suit, Donald Trump or Chris Hemsworth? Chris Hemsworth has that physique under him, and he always wears something that is nice and tight, you know, it looks good on him and it's tailored. The next thing is to be proud. The being proud part is when you've gone to the gym for a year, when you wanted to be number one in your class, either in your tech class or your academics, you did something over a long period of time. That's what for me is gotten me to the point where I'm proud of myself. I'm proud that I went from 230 pounds to 170 pounds. I'm proud that I went from having a level 1 job to now having this nice corporate job that I work from home at. I'm proud that I have time to spend with my family because I put in that work. I'm proud of the friends that I have. A big fact of it is a lot of my friends are successful, and I like that circle around me. I'm proud of my friend group. It took a little bit for me to build it up, but here we are, a bunch of successful guys. The next thing is the respect. I respect myself because I never changed as a person, that I worked out so much, and that's also a part of being proud. You know, I respect that I got to that point. I respect the fact that I went from 230 to 170 pounds. I respect that I treat everyone with respect. Respect is more of like when you finally hit this goal. Being proud is like, okay, you know, I've been here for like 3-4 months straight without stopping. When you have all these things, the less insecurities you have about yourself, the more confidence you have. Harold was able to go and bring that girl because he didn't look at it as like, oh my God, I really want to have sex with this girl or whatever. Come on, bro, you're in high school, calm down. Harold was just doing a nice gesture. And who knows, maybe he might date that girl later on. But at least she knows that he's just not some weirdo that doesn't know how to talk to women. Harold knows that if I can get my presentation done first, that I'll be done. I did the hardest part first, which is the presenting. Building the project wasn't that hard. It's presenting and talking to people. But Harold can talk to people. Harold can public speak with no problem because he has that confidence. Harold was able to go up to Xavier and was like, hey, I know you're struggling, man, and I want to help you. That's confidence. Confidence is something that I think everyone needs to adopt into their lives. And I think confidence is is the first things that I think that you should look at first, is how confident you are. And if you want to become more confident, look at these different steps. You can do these action steps. Literally, go right now in front of your mirror and ask yourself, do I love the person in the mirror? And I'll post a picture up when I was 230 pounds. And I asked that same question right then and there, and I said no. And that was the day I changed everything. That's when I got into the gym. That's when I started worrying about my wardrobe. That's when I stopped thinking about what everyone else was talking about and working on what my mind was telling me. I don't like the person that I am because this is not how I want to look, and this is not the kind of person I want to portray. I became this now. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you want to watch anything else on this channel. This is episode 1 of the self-improvement series.